We recently performed a high voltage condition assessment on this transformer. The condition assessment involved a range of offline tests, and during that we picked up quite a high level of partial discharge activity. To give us a better understanding of that partial discharge activity and how it was trending over time, we decided to install some online PD sensors. In this particular case, it was actually easier to install those sensors back at the switchgear. So here we can see some high frequency current transformers that have been installed around the cable back at the switchgear. When installed in the right configuration, those high frequency CTs installed at the switchgear can actually monitor the partial discharge from the remote end of the cable that they're installed on, in this particular case the transformer. I wanted to show you through this HVPD software that we use for the analysis of the PD. What we've got plotted here is the phase resolve PD pattern, or the heat map, for the red phase. Here it is for the white phase. Each one of these dots represents a PD event. In this particular case, we can see there's possibly a bit of activity with a fair bit of noise involved here as well. Take a look at the blue phase and we've got quite a bit of noise here. Now that can happen, particularly when you're looking at cables and when they've got these additional assets connected to them, we can get a bit of noise coming in. So what we can actually do is plot various parameters of each one of those PD events. Now, what I've chosen to do here is plot rise time versus fall time of each PD event. So I'll click here and we'll do that. Now, we can see here plotted on our phase resolve PD pattern all the PD events that were recorded. But if we look over here at our fall time versus rise time, we can see two sort of unique clusters. Now, these are the sort of things that we'd want to take a closer look at. So when I just select this cluster here, we can see all of a sudden a much clearer PD phase patterns emerged. And that can tell us more information about what's going on inside that transformer. In this particular case, we've got some quite serious PD activity going on. We can also look at the amplitude of that over time. So here, this is about a week's worth of data, and there is a slight rise there at the end of that week, but that's the sort of thing you'd probably want to extend for a little bit longer, and we can look at making some recommendations as to what to do with this asset based on that data.